puzzles don't waste my time, Sally. I'm very good at puzzles. I have great powers of ratiocination. I'm a regular Sherlock. He was a terrible anti-Semite. He was a rather shallow, ignorant man. Did you know that?
I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. I was trying to figure out what ratiocination means.
Forgive me, I don't have a speaking vocabulary. I have a reading vocabulary. I don't talk that much.
I hadn't noticed the problem.
Weren't you always saying how quiet I was last year? Matt, why don't you say something? Weren't you always asking me questions?
I retract everything I said last summer.
But like Sherlock Holmes, I'm not quick. I'm steady and I stay at something. But I'm thick. First, it took me a long time for me to know something as thick as me. And then going back over to the mystery of Sally in the closet, I decided what was called for was an on-the-spot investigation.
Matt,
So, I have a few questions I'd like to put to you.
There is no mystery.
Mystery isn't bad, Sally. Mystery is the spice of life.
Variety is the spice of life.
Variety has always been a mystery to me. Give me one choice and I can take it or leave it. Give me two and I can't decide. Give me three and I don't want any of it. Now,
I cannot understand why you can't get the message. You sound like a functioning human being, but you've got a wire crossed or something.
a screw loose.
You are one total living loose screw. That much is certain. You've been away a solid year. That one time you come to the hospital to hunt me down, I refused to see.
No, you didn't refuse. You hid in the kitchen.
And you sat up there in the day room the entire blessed afternoon.
I was not made to feel unwelcome.
Not made to feel unwelcome? You do not have the perception God gave lettuce. I did not answer but one letter, and in that one short note, I tried to say in no uncertain terms that I did not want you to write me. You have sent me an almost daily chronicle of your life in your office, the most mundane details of your accounting life. Why? Why did you come back here?
It was a very pleasant way to begin the morning. Writing, Dear Sal, cleared out my head, like reading the newspaper, only not so depressing. I can tell you about the intrigue in the office, mule over the problems I anticipated, and knowing you sort of spoke along with me. Your carefully balanced and rational judgment was a great boon to my disposition. Improved the weather. And the weather, St. Louis could use all the improvement it can get. I'll bet I made you laugh.
No, you did not.
No?
Not once.
That's a blow.
I knew you were trying to, but I didn't find anything particularly funny.
Not trying. I just thought you might. You didn't get lonely? It wasn't like being away from me this whole year, was it?
Not at all.
Didn't you come to look forward to the mail in the morning?
I dreaded each new day.
Now see, if I believe that, I leave.
I did gain a fondness for the calm respectability of Sunday.
Holidays must have been nice.
Holidays were a benediction.
Did you make the recipe I sent you? I couldn't make it because I don't have a timer. And baking in an oven, I forget what I'm doing. I go off and leave. I come back and the apartment is terrible. I cook well.
I don't cook. Why don't you go on up the road to the Barnetts? They'll give you enough gas to get into town.
You have no sense of nostalgia, Sal. You have no romance.
Not right now. I can't remember feeling less romantic.
Alone. Together again in the sunset, sundown, twilight. This country, this countryside is so beautiful. Do you think about that when you live in it all the time? Or do you take it for granted?
We know it's beautiful. Why wouldn't we appreciate it? There has to be some compensation in the place. It isn't particularly fertile. It's rocky. It's got poor drainage. It's all hills.
How can it have poor drainage if it's all hills?
Hills have nothing to do with drainage. Water has to soak into the ground, not run off. The weather is too dry in the summer. The crops just curl up in the field. The spring is nothing but a cycle of floods. The winters are too cold and damp and...
But it's beautiful.
Woo! Woohoo! All right.